Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field. Special presentation for BFA Sports. Chris Losey, along with Coffee Jones right here. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I know I'm not as good looking as Chris Losey, and you're just a little bit shorter. Yeah, that's probably the only difference in Coffee Jones. But ladies and gentlemen.
Slightly shorter, but we're going to do our best.
In all seriousness, Al Fisher, along with my brother from another, Doug Stasic. We are bringing you a special one this evening as the Millville Thunderbolts 1-1 host the Williamstown Braves, also at 1-1. And Doug, this is going to be an absolute barn burner this evening with speed killing on the one side of the football with the Millville Thunderbolts.
Listen, Millville, that's the one thing. They've built an unbelievable state championship caliber program based on speed. The ability to control the edge is going to be big. The other ability is protect the sideline. So the defensive backs tonight for Williamstown are going to be big. Guy like Sean Gallagher, I think he's going to have his hands full. You look at some of the numbers, some of the stats, although this Millville program now is only 1-1. I know the NFL season's starting up. Some of these guys have some fantasy stats.
Oh, without a doubt. Latsier Brooks, you want to start right there. If you want to start right to the top, this young man has gotten over 12 D1 commitments already before he even got to high school. Actually started filter in after he got into high school, but a sensational freshman year.
Yeah, a lot of offers on the table, and there's a lot to love. I mean, you look at this kid, he's physical, he's got speed, he's got great awareness. First steps gives him a big-time advantage. For local fans, I mean, you look at a guy who, is playing in the NFL now, Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, he has very similar tools, very similar skill set, very dangerous when he gets in the open field. And, again, the physicality of Williamstown is going to have to be prevalent to send that message early.
And Coach Tom Kelly spoke to that on Coach's Corner with Chris Losey, the better-looking guy, Chris Losey. But in all seriousness, he spoke to that. He wanted to make sure that the team was very focused in practice this week. He did mention he wasn't happy with practice the day before, but I'm sure they got themselves back on track for this one tonight.
It doesn't take much to have to inspire you when you look across the field and you look at that schedule. And it's like, hey, Millville's coming to town. This is always a big one. These teams match up quite well. I think, again, it's going to be how well can the Williamstown offense get into their cadence, get into a certain flow, and a sophomore quarterback. That one's going to be a big one. So Drew Craig, 332 yards passing. He and Zerby are a good lethal 1-2 combination in their own right, and I don't think it's going to be a surprise to Millville.
And Drew Craig, only a sophomore, they were talking about him the other day on Coach's Corner, how he actually anticipates his wide receivers making their break. He's throwing almost like he's at collegiate level already. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, he's got great awareness, no stage too big, impressed the coaching staff, Coach Kelly and the crew. They felt comfortable, obviously, giving him the nod. And to come up with a very solid victory against Kingsway last week, Williamstown did a great job of finishing. So it was a good back-and-forth battle. It was definitely physical. Little bit of challenges, and I would say the emotions got the better of some of the Williamstown players, but being able to funnel and channel those emotions and to be physical, that's going to be one of the keys to tonight's contest.
So you're saying the RK keys to the game, RK Auto Group keys to the game are being physical? Any other keys to the game there, Mr. Stasic?
Got to contain the outside and got to protect the edge. Williamstown's got to do those two things, do it remarkably well, and run the football. All
right, I think we're ready for the national anthem. So we'll turn it over to the color guard. We have a color guard out there.
This time around, could you please stand and remove your hat as the Millville host the marching band under the direction of Mr. Rob Sings honors America with the playing of our national anthem.
right, a beautiful rendition of national anthem by the Millville Thunderbolts band.
Yeah, the marching Thunderbolts, those are one world-renowned group right there as far as getting it done. So looking forward to seeing them at halftime today as well.
All right, so we have the, I guess we already had the coin toss at midfield. I was too busy talking to you at the time, so get ready for kickoff. I want to welcome those at 97.3, the ESPN. We're watching this live stream through the station. Partnership we have there. I want to thank you.
Our buddy Mike Gill and the crew, 97.3. And of course, want to thank our friends at the Huddle Club for putting all of the festivities underway for Williamstown football, taking the game day experience to a whole nother level. And if your appetite happens to take your hunger to another level, gotta call our guy, Ed Herron, and the folks at Pizza Hut. Be sure to download the app, pizzahut.com, with so many locations to serve you throughout South Jersey. Nobody out-pizzas the Hut.
Nobody, absolutely nobody out-pizzas the Hut. Chris Losey will tell you that every time. He looks like he's been getting a few slices in him, huh?
Yeah, he's one of Ed Herron's best customers.
I was going to say, he's got like a lifetime membership to the Big Mig Section Club.
And our buddy Coffee Jones, he's big on the bread, man. He likes the breadsticks.
All right, here we go. Williamstown ready to receive. Kick is up in the air. And take it there at the 15-yard line and cutting through with a big run to the 31-yard line. Looked like number 12, Joseph Zamat, taken down there at the 31. It'll be 1st and 10. And it's interesting to see what Drew Craig and crew have dialed up for this Millville defense.
Yeah, the Braves coming out. Double slot formation. They're going spread. Craig doing his best to draw them off sides. Going to look to the sideline now. Readjustment on the play. So they're hurrying to the line, but now taking their time. Coming back across the formation is Julian Noel.
Jaden Reynes. And fake handoff. A nice shot over to number 88.
Not wasting any time. So the big tight end be number 88.
Anthony Lantine.
So
the big throw in the slot.
Lantine, man of many weapons there.
It'll be 1st and 10. At their own 45-yard line, call it the 44.
Yeah, Williamstown now going high up tempo.
Drew Craig now inside handoff to Zerby. May have picked up one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Zerby is the bread and butter of this Williamstown Braves offense, trying to control the box tackle to tackle. That there is something we're going to see a lot of. And you saw the Millville linebackers creep up as soon as they saw Zerby in that formation. So a little bit of cat and mouse trying to feel each other out here early.
All right, 2nd and 9. As Drew Craig in the shotgun formation, takes the snap, flips it over to number 3, Julian Noel. Goes up the left side and picks up about 7 yards. Be 3rd down and 3. So 3rd and then we'll call it a 4, long 4. It's Williamstown moving the ball pretty well early on in this game.
Again, interesting. Braves decided not to go into the huddle, try to keep the pressure on Millville early.
Craig rolling out to his right. Looks like he's going to take off, and he is. And he is hit there. It looks a little short of the 1st down, probably about 2 yards short. And he's tackled there by Solomon Massey Kent. So it's going to be 4th and about 1.
Yeah, pretty sure it might have been the Teron Haley with the wrap up there.
You mean the Penn State pick commit?
Hey, he's like the Visa card,
man.
He's everywhere you want to be on defense.
All right, so 4th and 1 going for it in Millville territory. Almost jumped there on the defensive side of the ball, did the Bolts.
Again, Craig Barkin trying to pick up some cues, knowing that Millville defense, that interior line, quite aggressive. They fade back into their 3-5 set here.
Big down for Williamstown Braves early in this game. Fake inside handoff. Flips it over to Julian Noel, and he's an open field going down the sideline. He's got the first down.
What an awesome play here. You talk about just good development, little bit of a fake give. You're going to see it inside, and then they swing it to get a good matchup. Trips up top, so they're overmatched, and just good execution with some nice blocking out front. And the speedy Julian Noel added to his amongst the team lead. He had 71 receiving yards coming into this one.
Yeah, Julian Noel is absolutely dangerous in the open field, and that's kind of where Coach Tom Kelly wants to get him in the open field and make some moves and make some things happen.
Yeah, clock continues to melt. This is a really good start here for the Braves.
Fake inside handoff, but does hand it off to Zerby. Looks like the ball might have been on the ground, but he's tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Get Millville now very deep with the defensive alignment up front, and they're going to make a couple of quick changes, but the edge rusher coming off the side.
Very nice, sustained drive so far for the Braves. Let's see if they can keep it going. 2nd down and 10. Trips right. Craig looks deep, and it is intercepted. Intercepted at the 5-yard line and coming up the left sideline with some open field. And there's a flag down, and looks like that was that Latsier Brooks?
Indeed it was.
Number 1, Latsier Brooks, making it happen defensively.
Doesn't need many introductions, but you see here, I mean, this was a good look by Craig. Just got a little bit of extra air under the ball. He was looking all the way and just through the outstretched hands, and you see there he was going for number 9, Aubrey Green, who he connected with on a touchdown last week, but looks like the officials have some laundry that they're going to tend to here.
Yeah, Latsier Brooks making a nice play on the football. He must be all world. He does it on the offensive side of the football, which we're going to see now, but great interception by him, playing the safety spot. And it'll be 1st and 10. Looks like a personal foul against the Thunderbolts. It'll be 1st down, 15 yards from the spot.
Yeah, some helmet-to-helmet contact got mixed in there towards the end of the play, it looks like.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from Thunderbolts' 24-yard line.
You know, you talk about Brooks' speed, and I had mentioned you got to protect the sideline immediately. As soon as he got that INT, he heads right to the corner, and no doubt about it, the rest of the Thunderbolts defense knew exactly the road that they were trying to pave for him. And you talk about a nice job by Craig. They got a special one and a quarterback over there in Zamat as well.
And there's an inside handoff with plenty of room in the run. Big pickup there for about 8 yards by Naeem Sharp.
And Nolan Lloyd there on the wrap-up.
2nd and only 1 for the Thunderbolts. Handoff again to Sharp. And he pounds it in and picks up the 1st down.
So the Thunderbolts will pick up a 1st down here.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
Again, they're going to play a little bit more, almost of a man-style defense here. Not going to try to let Brooks get in the open space.
It almost looks like he's audibleizing at the line of scrimmage.
They are. They're going cover 1 against the pass.
He's looking deep. He gets hit on the arm, and it is incomplete.
Outstanding pressure right up the middle. You're going to take a look at it on the Claridge Hotel instant replay. Just good pressure right up front. Number 9 with the big wrap up. Aubrey Green trying to get a little bit of revenge after the pass intended for him sailed over his head. The stellar senior getting after it here early.
Now 2nd and 10 for the Thunderbolts as the Braves make a change on the defensive front. And a flip to Naeem Sharp. Dances around and picks up about 6.
No shocker there that Keaton Alcello would be the linebacker to wrap him up. Comes in with a team-leading 16 tackles, make that now 17 early in the season. But again, able to keep them now at 3rd and 5. So the Braves pretty comfortable getting into these passing situations. They see Sept in the gun. They're going cover 1, and they're trying to man up. Again, physical.
And a throw out to the right. And there he is, Mr. Latsier Brooks. Bangs it up the middle and picks up the first down for the Thunderbolts.
Just good execution. Recognizing that there's going to be cover 1, they try to run a little bit of a slip slant right underneath the coverage, get it to the guy with the hot hands in Brooks. And good job, however, by the Braves defense.
First and 10 for the Thunderbolts at their own 48. Hand off on the inside, crashing up and getting hit there by a couple of Braves.
Yeah, good work by number 35, Nolan Lloyd, and number 58, Jack Cummins.
That might have been Demir White who ran that one. So it'll be 2nd down in about 8.
Getting you up close and personal down here on the sideline.
Brooks in motion. He takes the flip. Turns up the sideline with some slick moves. He's still on his feet and gets tackled down after a pick of about 15 yards. And a first down for the Thunderbolts.
Coach is basically trying to fire up the troops. They call a nice stunt. Cummings flies through the back side of the backfield and just wasn't able to wrap him up. And it looks like we got an official timeout on the field.
Don't know if that could be for something for a spot or if they're looking at Brooks. Back to action nonetheless. And it's 1st and 10 from the Braves' 32-yard line. Sept way sharp on. He flips it out to him on a screen. He drops the football.
Yeah, that one's behind the line of scrimmage. However, it was a forward pass. So quickly the officials jump in and say, no catch. Again, the Braves, though, trying to go mano a mano here, playing cover 1 when they're seeing Sept back in the gun. And this isn't usually a defensive set you see a lot out of Williamstown, so some good strategy playing out here on the field early.
5:49 left here in the first quarter. Sept rolling out to his right. Almost a shoestring tackle there. Flips it out to the right side. That looks like it. Is that?
That's number 14.
Number 14. That's Freddie Levan the third.
Yeah, Freddie Levan the third found a 3rd spot there, soft part in that right corner. Just gets behind a little bit of a zone defense there, so a bit of a different look. Try to divide the field in 3. Went with a cover 3.
So it's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. And a timeout on the field.
Looks like
and there is a penalty, dead ball foul.
That's a 12 men.
12 men on the field. 12 on the field. Going to move it halfway to the goal and spot that ball at the 5-yard line. Be 1st and goal for the 5. Sept flips it to Sharp, cuts inside, but hit by a group of Braves. He doesn't pick up anything. Actually loses one only play.
Yeah, nice job there by the linebacking core again. Alcello finds himself leading the charge behind the line and also gets a hand from Cummings. So Jack Cummings, the defensive end and offensive guard, the junior, getting his name called quite a bit, as it seems like Millville trying to keep pressing on the left side.
2nd and goal from the 5. Sept takes the snap, flips it up into the corner, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, good defense there by number 7. And Harold Hill, the wide receiver in his own right, he's going to go up, play a little bit of defense as he's able to keep his hand up off of the receiver and able to take that one right away from Brooks, and he's pumped up, rightfully so.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 5. Inside handoff as he rolls out to the right. Sharp is in for the touchdown.
He's going to flex on that one, but just a great job by the offensive line up front there for the Thunderbolts. able to open up a bit of a tunnel. So they keep working right to left across the formation. Be interesting to see if they continue to go to that, or will they flip it and go to the right side. Certainly something they've seen on film that they're going to keep trying to hammer. But on for the extra point is number 9.
That is Jaden Reynes. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 4:59 left here in the first quarter, Thunderbolts are on the board, 7-0 over your Williamstown Braves. We'll go to a break.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
All right, we're back from John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field. I love my man Ryan Schumacher. You are on top of it, my friend. But the Thunderbolts take a sustained drive of about 75 yards. They started on their own 25-yard line after the interception by Latsier Brooks. And just a nice, well-sustained drive. No real huge plays on the part of the Thunderbolts, but got it down into the end zone and scored.
Yeah, well, you talk about the short drive, our friends at RK Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru, the RK Auto Group. You can visit them at rkautogroup.com, right around the corner. Delsey Drive in Vineland, proud supporter of Williamstown football and high school athletics.
And the kick is away. Taken there at the 10-yard line and cutting upfield and hit at the 23.
Oh,
and man.
Yeah, lay the lumber, number 22.
That was number 22. We mentioned his name earlier.
Demir White.
Yes, sir. Second string running back for the Bolts behind Sharp.
All right, so the Braves move the football down the field pretty well. Their first possession. Miscue on a long pass. Kind of ended things and switched the momentum over to Millville, but now it's time for the Braves.
And I don't think a miscue like Craig's is going to stop the game plan they already had in place. And a big play right there, hand off by the defensive front by the Thunderbolts as a loss of 2 yards on the play. I was saying Tom Kelly's not going to get away from his game plan after he had a nice sustained drive. Unfortunately, ended on an interception. They're going to stick with the game plan in this early part of the game.
Yeah, they pride themselves in the ability for the offensive line to play as a great unit. It's an ingredient time and again, year after year for Williamstown football. It's a staple. It's the reason that you see the Thunderbolts rotating so many defenders on the D-line, trying to keep them fresh. So they're going to stick with it. They're going to try to continue to control the box line of scrimmage, and a good job by the sophomore to draw them off sides.
And your famous liner, some laundry on the field. It looks like it could be against the Thunderbolts. Somebody jumped off sides. And it is.
Got a couple people tuning in that are saying that they hope that Losey actually is better at officiating a game than he is in calling one.
Well, yeah, he's smooth, but like sandpaper.
Yeah. So eventually he gets smooth with enough roughness of the sandpaper.
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense.
Craig drops back, a little flip to number 8, and that is Zach Zerby.
What in the world? There's a flag over on the Millville sideline at the 40-yard line. What could it possibly be other than a sideline warning?
I did not see that flag, actually, and it must be a sideline warning.
This official, it's got to be the old, you got to have the get-back coach.
Is that a
I know when
the question is that a warning or is that now, is there a penalty here? They're going to move the ball up to, they're moving the chains.
Yeah, which means that they've probably already been warned.
All right, so now 1st and 10, a big opportunity for the Braves. A little help from the sidelines here.
That's a significant penalty in this spot of the game.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Drew Craig getting the call from Coach Tom Kelly and squad. 3:32 and the clock rolling. Ball handed off to Julian Noel, who goes in the outside and hit out of bounds but not before he gets a first down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to see a great job here by the offensive line of the Williamstown Braves. I was talking about him earlier. Look at the bottom of your screen. Number 75, just staying with it, containing the edge. That's Jordan Gravener. And, man, did he create a great running lane for Julian Noel, who got roughed up at the end of that one.
First 10 ball handed off to Harold Hill. Cuts inside and picks up about 6 on the play. So once again, the Williamstown Braves executing on offense, moving the football against this very formidable Thunderbolts defense.
Yeah, a little bit of a hybrid look. You know, there's a lot of staples of the Delaware wing tee that are involved in a lot of the stunts that the offensive linemen do. You know, right there, running across the formation.
Actually a pickup of 4 for Hill, so it's 2nd down and 6.
Now they go trips right.
Craig flips to Zerby. Zerby takes it. He's got plenty of room. The ball's on the ground.
Yeah,
still loose, and it's picked up by the Thunderbolts. Number 1, Latsier Brooks.
I might have another look at this one. I thought that he might have actually been down before that ball popped out. But look at it here on the Claridge Hotel. Instant replay. Here's Zerby. Tucks the ball inside. Oh, nope, that ball was loose. I stand corrected, my friend.
And knocked away by number 15, Jamel Wallace Jr. And there was Latsier Brooks. Johnny on the spot, picking up the football. And another turnover for the Braves. So right now, turnovers are killing the Williamstown Braves. They've sustained 2 really nice drives in the Bolts territory, but now the Bolts look to capitalize. They have 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And the flip is over to Latsier Brooks, who's in the open field. That's going to be trouble, folks. Cuts it inside, and he is going to go all the way for a Thunderbolts touchdown.
An electrifying play, an electrifying result. They thought that they had him bottled up, but not going to be the case. A little bit of a Le'Veon Bell-like run here, where he kind of hesitated a little bit, almost looked like he was going through the motions, and then next thing you know, he drops that thing into 2nd gear like a Camaro over at RK Chevrolet, and he takes off, and pay dirt it is.
Camaro, he looked like a Corvette.
Oh, that was definitely, man. ZR6, but, you know, we talked about it. But, again, Braves flush him back to the inside. Got to get that backside help. But, man, that's a tough and tall order.
We talked about speed killing, and that definitely showed there by Brooks. And the kick is up, and it is good. And with 2:22 left here in the first quarter, the Bolts lead 14-0 over your Williamstown Braves. We'll be right back.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
And welcome back to John Barbeau Stadium here at Wheaton Field in Millville, New Jersey. Thunderbolts lead 14-0 early in this football game. On 2 big turnovers, they've capitalized on turnovers by the Williamstown Braves.
You got to take momentum, and you got to capitalize on it. Millville does it better than most teams, especially in South Jersey. This here, though, looking at the scoreboard, 14-0, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Still remaining here in the first quarter. This is where the Braves just got to take a deep breath. Still got a lot of time, but now is the time that you get physical up front. You try to eliminate the mistakes, because the reality of it is they've been moving the football, but the mistakes of what have cost them.
I'm sure that's the message that head coach Tom Kelly is telling his team right now. We're early in this football game. Yes, we're down 2 touchdowns, and it's one that we can overcome, especially the way we move the football. And that kick is taken up the middle, and we got some open field. That's number 3, Julian Noel, going up the right side at the 30, at the 20, and pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
What an outstanding play by Julian Noel and the special teams. This is just what the doctor ordered for the Braves.
Noel took the ball at the 10-yard line and found an open seam.
Yeah, I
Here
mean,
it is.
look at this one. Just an absolute great way to read the hole. Some bodies right up front, and he just finds a seam. Blasts right past the kicker. One man to beat, but credit to the backside pursuit with a good angle. And number 19, Kevin Smith, with a touchdown saving tackle. But it is 1st and 10, Braves.
And the Braves are back on the saddle again. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Craig flips over to number 7, Harold Hill. He is pushed out of bounds after a pickup of about 1.
A good job there again, trying to stretch the field, get some one-on-one matchups, let some of your athletic backs and receivers make a move, and certainly Hill, one of the best for the Braves.
It's actually 2nd and 10, no pickup on the play. Braves come to the line of scrimmage. And the Bolts look like they jumped off sides on this one. Dead ball. And it is offsides against the Thunderbolts.
The sophomore quarterback, like a seasoned veteran, Drew Craig. He's been hard with the cadence, been mixing it up well. And not only is it important that he's doing his job, but the offensive linemen to be able to keep in check, making sure that they're very disciplined and not jumping in their own right. That's another weapon offensively.
This young man, Drew Craig, is extremely impressive. Only in his 3rd game in sophomore year. Playing great. And Zerby on the inside handoff pushes up for a pick of about 1.
They go right up the gut. No hesitation to try to attack the middle part of this Millville defense. But what they're doing is they're pounding inside to open up a little bit of the edges. And they're trying to do everything they can to keep Brooks out of the mix. So they're using formations to actually try to give him some space and try to eliminate his playmaking skills. So well thought out game plan here by Williamstown.
Got to wonder if this is an opportunity for Aubrey Green at this point. He flips it out. Oh, and what a hit at the 10-yard line by number 14, Freddie Levan, the 3rd.
I mean, credit to the sophomore. Keeps his eyes down the field, steps into this one. And, man.
That's just a well-timed hit right there.
That's a great football play across the middle.
It's a perfect throw. It was right there. Just a great defensive play.
Yeah, Sean Gallagher, the intended receiver. And a big play here at 4th down. But the good news is they got the Thunderbolts deep against their own goal line right now.
4th and 4. Clock at 1:23 here in the 1st. Head coach Tom Kelly looks like he might be changing the play. Drew Craig works out of the shotgun. Fake inside handoff. He flips it, and it is incomplete. So a turnover on downs for the Williamstown Braves after they move the football again after the kickoff.
And keep trying to attack the slot. Queued up pretty nicely by the Thunderbolt defense as they weren't too concerned about anything on the outside, and they look in. But for Williamstown, they do have Millville backed up against their own goal line, and so now it's time to buckle up the chin straps and bear down, play some D.
And it's definitely a tall order for the Braves right now. Down 14-0 here late in the 1st quarter with 1:18 to go. The Thunderbolts have shown they can move the football big chunks of yardage. Jacobs Amat flips it out to Sharp, who tries to turn on a dime, but it's tackled there by a group of Braves.
Yeah, great contain.
It's led there by number 44, Keaton Acella. So it's now 2nd down and 15 after that 5-yard loss. Braves back at their own 5-yard line. Ball's handed off to Sharp again, and he is tackled immediately as the Braves are coming out, playing some very strong defense. The clock rolls at 38 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. And a flag on the play, and I hope it's not against the defense for a personal foul. And it is. The referee's showing that they're talking. And that's going to kill this Brave squad in this drive.
Well, nothing wrong with being aggressive. Unfortunately, when they have their backs against the wall, that's the last place that you want to make a mistake.
Yeah, 2nd and 18, and the chirping on the field is causing them personal foul and an automatic first down for the Thunderbolts. That's a tough one. I don't think Tom Kelly's going to like that one too much. So now 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts with 36 seconds left. And at their own 18-yard line. Sept comes up to the line of scrimmage and goes back into the shotgun. Hands it off to Sharp on the inside. He cuts it up the field and picks up about 6 yards on the play, and that'll be 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Sharp only 5'6", 140. That's a beautiful cutback ability and great speed on his first cut. And they're going to let this one run out here in the first quarter. And we will take ourselves to a break. We'll be back with the start of the second here on BFA.
The Claridge Hotel has been around for a number of years. Here at Park Place and the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk, just steps away from the beach. So we've had a number of people come through our doors, each with their own style and taste, which is why they chose the Claridge to take their visit to new heights. Book your getaway today at claridge.com.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other Pizza Guy's wings. No one outwings the Hut.
Second quarter at Wheaton Field here in beautiful Millville, New Jersey, as the Thunderbolts hold a 14-0 lead. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. And Doug, it's now penalties on top of turnovers that are hurting the Williamstown Braves.
Yeah, we're in a pretty advantageous situation. Use that goal line to your advantage, and once you had 2nd and 18 to give that up, definitely don't want to give another set of downs here to Millville. I've already seen what they can do the first 2 miscues.
All right, 1st and 10. Looks like they were looking deep. Sept rolls to his right, fakes the throw, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Pick of about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Good job there by the athletic quarterback, able to create some space, extend the play, and turn what could have been a negative into a positive. Starting to see now, though, what the speed of that Millville Thunderbolts can really have an impact, especially when it comes to some of this conditioning.
There's Sharp again, who makes a nice move in the backfield. He's got open field. He's at the 50 and taken down at the 31-yard line by Julian Noel. But after he picks up a Thunderbolts first down deep into Braves territory.
All right, so here it is. I mean, he's got one-on-ones, got good blocking up front, and look at that nasty cut.
What vision.
Yeah,
what vision and speed.
The shimmy, the shake, and then he just squares the shoulders and goes right upfield.
And 1st and 10 from the Braves 32-yard line. Jacob Sept calling the plays in the shotgun position. Looking deep, flips it up to the right side, and there he is once again. Latsier Brooks in for the touchdown.
I mean, you talk about a pretty pass. Quarterback has time, looks down the field, steps up into the throw, and he delivers a strike here on the Claridge Hotel instant replay.
Perfectly thrown football, great pattern run by Latsier Brooks. The connection works once again. And now the Braves will be down 3 touchdowns. with the connection of this extra point. And the kick is good. And with 10:48 left here in the second quarter and first half, it's a 21-0 lead by the Thunderbolts. We'll go to a break and be right back here on BFA Sports.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
And welcome back to John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field in Millville, New Jersey. It's now a 21-0 lead for the Thunderbolts as they have dominated this first half and still plenty of football to play. And it's a tale of speed, 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 as we're already seeing it between Naeem Sharp, Latsir Brooks. We're just seeing speed all over the place.
We kicked things off beginning of the game. We said it was going to be brute strength against speed, and right now speed seems to have the advantage. And it's really just because of taking advantage of opportunity. It's almost like a life lesson there. Someone gives you an opportunity, do what you can, take advantage of it. And so far, Thunderbolts, it's early in the school year, Al, but I got to say they're getting an A in that department.
I'd say an A+. Absolutely an A+. They're playing a great football game, playing well defensively, even though football has been moved on them. We're going to see what the Braves can do now. Down 3 touchdowns. To kick it short. Picked up there by Zerby. He's going to go right through the seam.
Oh, my.
He's got open field. Nice stiff arm there. He's at the 35, the 30. And knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line. After a big return, Zach Zerby answers back with a beautiful return.
Second big return we've seen from Williamstown Braves. I mean, he just scoops this thing right off the ground, hits the Jets, goes right through the line. Good first level and second level blocking. One man to beat, and look who it is. The touchdown saving tackle again by number 19, Kevin Smith.
First and 10 for the Braves at the 22-yard line. We called it the 18 earlier. He was knocked out at the 22. And this is a big spot here. If they can connect here and make this a 2-touchdown game, possibly the momentum changes. A little inside handoff. As Noel knocked out of bounds. And he picks up about 3 or 4 on the play. We'll call it 5, actually. And it's now 2nd and 5. The clock actually not running. So we started this game at 10:32, and it's still 10:32 on the clock. Scar, okay. And a handoff on the inside. Ooh, big hit there right up the middle. That looked like Raymond Wheaton took the handoff. Let's see who that was. Was that number 6? That was number 1, actually. Keyshawn Nixon was met by a group of Thunderbolts for no gain. It's now 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and a manageable 5 at this stage. We've seen him try to go to the edge coming across the formation. And a couple of nice slants. So they've been doing a good job of creating holes.
Craig rolls out to his right. And looking, nice little move there. Nice sidestep. He's got some open field. He cuts back and is hit at the 15-yard line, actually the 5-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Williamstown Braves.
Great job here by the sophomore quarterback. Keeps the eyes downfield, freezes the defender, and then is able to step inside. I mean, that is just a nice adjustment. Very comfortable, and converts it to now a 1st and goal situation.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Braves keep answering the bell, moving the football. They can execute here. We've got ourselves a football game. Fake handoff, and it's handed off to Zerby, and he's knocked immediately down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, big play there by Keon German. He just came absolutely right through the middle of that line and dropped the hammer, but able to hang on Zerby.
Drew Craig is very dangerous with that football in open field. You got to wonder if you continue to roll him out instead of the inside handles, since they're getting no gain in a number of plays on the inside hands. Obviously, you got to keep the defense honest, but maybe it's something where you start continue to roll out.
Yeah, they're trying to leverage a little bit of the waggle. I mean, that's what's going on right now. Going to try to roll him out, get him into some open gaps, open spaces.
As Craig keeps it, he's looking at the end zone. He flips it out to the right side. Catch is made there.
Just short, it looks like, of the goal line, and not by much.
Yeah, that was Harold Hill on the outside flat.
Good job by the Williamstown offensive line, giving him time to look down the field, but his feet just keep moving. I mean, he's keeping his eyes down the field. He checked down to a second route. That's really good to see.
3rd and goal from the 5-yard line with a little under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. And this is definitely 4-down territory for the Williamstown Braves, no doubt about it. And a flip to Zerby as he cuts inside, pounds his way, and is tackled there by a group of Bolts right around the 1-yard line.
Good push up front by the beefy line. Again, see Craig using the cadence. Zerby tries to stick it just inside and just can't get through. So some good defense there by the Thunderbolts as well.
And a timeout is on the field as the Williamstown Braves want to talk about it. We will go to a break and be right back here from John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field here on BFA.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
And welcome back. Big drive for the Williamstown Braves here as it is 4th and goal on the 2-yard line. Head coach Tom Kelly and crew talking this one over as they know it's extremely important to convert this one.
Yeah, they were knocking on the door, 4th down, inside, scoring territory. They were denied. This is one, as the first half continues to evaporate a little bit here, this is where you got to send the message, let them know that you're right back in this ball game. And again, scoreboard isn't indicative of how, in my opinion, how well the Williamstown offense has played today.
Absolutely. They've shot themselves in the foot. Unfortunately, that ball's handed off to Zerb. It was a direct snap, and he is in for the touchdown.
Huge conversion for Williamstown as they get on the board. And, of course, when your back's against the wall, they're going to give it to Zach Zerby. And the junior just would not be denied. Familiar with taking a quarterback snap in his own right. And he just looks for a seam, follows his line right in for the TD.
Great call by Tom Kelly to put his running back there in the shotgun position, take a direct snap. Less time and have to have the exchange, and pushes it in for the touchdown.
The quarterback's going to be the kicker now.
Drew Craig doing it all. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. And with 7:06 left in the first half, the Williamstown Braves are now on the scoreboard. It's 21-7. We'll be back right here on BFA.
The Claridge Hotel has been around for a number of years. Here at Park Place and the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk, just steps away from the beach. So we've had a number of people come through our doors, each with their own style and taste, which is why they chose the Claridge to take their visit to new heights. Book your getaway today at claridge.com.
And welcome back. The Braves sustain themselves a nice drive and convert on the touchdown as they make this now a 14-point deficit against the Thunderbolts of Millville. Al Fisher along with Doug Stasic, my brother from another, watching a good one tonight.
some really good football underway. Two of the area's top teams. And speaking of the top, man, have you been to the top of the Claridge Hotel lately?
I knew you were going there, but I need to get there.
Oh.
It is an absolute view at the View.
It's fantastic. Some of the best libations, beverages, and food you can absolutely enjoy. So whether or not it's the weekend getaway or just a big time to celebrate one of life's special occasions, or even, not that you need to go to another wedding, but it's an unbelievable venue for a wedding.
Beautiful,
man.
beautiful venue. But you should say,
Overlooking the ocean, the boards.
I'm going to ask the question, and I'm going to probably have egg on my face.
Yeah.
Of course, you know I like eggs or any
you
kind of
love
food.
eggs, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Do they have a Facebook page?
They do.
They do.
They
and now
do.
you want to see some great views, go to the View on Facebook. Absolutely stunning. Sharp takes this one in the inside and runs up to the 27-yard line on the kickoff. But, you know, you mentioned that libations and beverages. Isn't that, like, redundant?
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean,
You try to use a big word and then you use a small word.
Yeah,
because you were
well,
thinking of
the
people that know what they meant.
libation part of it, though, that's
Hey,
where
we're
it's
talking the other time.
an adult beverage.
I got you. There's a flag on the play. Holding called against the Thunderbolts. That'll push him back 10 yards. From the spot of the foul. That'll put them at the 17-yard line, their own 17. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 7:03 left here in the first half. We've watched so much action, it feels like we're deep in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, listen. A lot of football here on Friday night. Friday Night Lights, that's why they call it, right?
Indeed it is. Jacob Zamat takes the snap and fake handoff and flips it out to the left side. Looks like a loss of a couple of yards on that last play. So it'll be 2nd and 10, deep in our own territory. .635 left, hand off to Sharp as he cuts back and off against the grain. Picks up about 6 yards on the play. The clock continues to move at 6:20 left in the first half.
Millville looking to ground and pound here. Don't really want to give Williamstown the football back with too much time, but also not a time that you want to get too conservative either.
I don't think conservatives in the words of the mouths of the Millville Thunderbolts with all that speed that they have.
Well, they got a matchup here, split out to the right.
Smart rolls out. It's intercepted! Intercepted by the Braves!
Big time play by Sean Gallagher.
Thrown right at him. Gallagher in the right spot at the right time.
Gallagher drops back, and Zamat had numbers. Look, I mean, look at the inside slot not covered, but Gallagher reading the eyes of the quarterback, and a great adjustment on the passing tree. Gallagher steps in front, knowing that Brooks was probably going to be the intended target. Heads up football, and that is a big-time momentum change just in time for the Braves.
Sean Gallagher played that when he baited. He looked like he baited Jacob Zamat into that throw and sat right back and intercepted the football, and here come the Braves.
Yeah, the film study room is going to want to show that play time and again. I mean, that there is textbook cornerback play.
Inside handoff to Zerby. He's got some room and pulled down there after a pickup of about 9.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, they got to keep that ball security at the top of their priority list. They keep yanking on Zerby. We saw one go on the turf earlier, and right now that's what the Thunderbolt game plan is. Swarm to the football, try to get a handle on there, and now it's up to Craig. Continue to keep his cool and try to get them back on the board once again.
Drew Craig getting some probable audibles at the line of scrimmage. And he hands off again to Zerby. Zerby cuts it back. He pounds it up, and he's got himself a first down. And they're inside the 4-yard line of the Thunderbolts, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, you got some of these big guys up front for Williamstown. They might not be tall, but, man, these guys like to hit the weights and they like to push guys around. Right there was Dominic Malinsky, the junior, 5'10", 242 pounds out in front, creating space and moving some boulders.
Ball spotted on the 6-yard line with 4:54 left. And again, it's Zerby who pounds it up the middle. And he is just short. Now he's in for the touchdown. Braves are on the board again.
Yeah, you see him. You see the Braves. They're going to run between the tackles. They're going to just push right up against this 3-5 defense. And although Millville doing everything that they can to be physical up front, there's a size advantage in terms of some of the will that's going on right now on that offensive line. And Zerby in for the score.
Head coach Humberto Ayala's got himself a game right now as the Braves are now backing in this one and looking to cut it to 7. And the kick is up. And it's good. And with 4:43 left in the first half, we've now got ourselves a 1-touchdown ball game. The Bolts now lead 21-14 over the Braves. We'll go to a break and be back here on BFA.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
And welcome back to John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field in Millville, New Jersey. We've got ourselves a football game, folks, 21-14. The Thunderbolts hold on to a slim lead here in the first half. And they talk about location, location, location in real estate, but they talk about momentum, momentum, momentum now for the Williamstown Braves.
Yeah, we talk about, for usually say tale of two halves, this is a tale of two quarters.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely is. The Braves have been shooting themselves in the foot, but have capitalized on some big plays. That kickoff is out of bounds.
Well, and the way that this thing is kind of played out, not terrible. I mean, usually you wouldn't want the penalty, but in this case, you're keeping it out of the hands of one of the speedsters.
Yeah, I think that's actually, if that was a strategic move, I like that strategic move to keep it out of the speedster's hands. Sharp typically in the back, receiving deep, and neutralizing that run back, and they'll spot the ball, I believe, at the 25-yard line. We're still trying to figure out where we're going to spot it, but it is a penalty against the Williamstown Braves. And his coach, Humberto Ayala, can he decline this? And looking right now, he's having a conversation with the referee. And again, it's an illegal procedure against the Braves. Kicking out of bounds. And it looks like the ball will be spotted at the 35 of the Bolts. Starting off in good field position. Again, with 4:43 left here in the first half. This is going to be a big defensive opportunity for the Braves. They could stop these Thunderbolts and get the football back and possibly tie this one up. You're talking about a huge momentum changer.
Oh. Time to shut the door. I mean, you got the momentum on your side, so now you got to try to protect yourself from the big play. They got the safety going back, and that's Hill.
Hands are sharp, and great defensive play up front there. That looked like that was number 9, Aubrey Green, making a play in the backfield.
Yeah, Green on the stunt, lights up the line and able to make a big play behind it. And he's helped out again. Jack Cummings doing his part. These guys came to play, not backing down. And it's a testament to the culture of the Williamstown football program. They were down 21-0, and now this is a one-score ball game.
Second down and 12 from their own 33. Sept flips it to who else? That's Brooks on the outside, and he picks up about 4 or 5 on the play.
Good job on the contain and a good read by the safety in Hill. Hill's playing in the middle of the field, but you can certainly see a little bit of a shadow going on. He's definitely favoring where he's seeing the backfield and the movement of Brooks. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're not seeing an opportunity of a ball going deep down the field, because right now you got single coverage on the near side.
Ball spotted at 37. Sept takes the snap. He flips. Oh, and that was off the hands, as it looked like Latsier Brooks might have stumbled on his break. And as he turned, it hit his hands and unfortunately dropped it.
Just talked about this. This is where trying to spread him out, trying to get into a position. Then you got one-on-one. He did. Ball fell a little bit behind him. And more importantly, Williamstown trying to get the ball back, 4th down. Special teams have been big, and if Julian Noel can provide another spark, plenty of time on the clock to put something together.
And head coach Humberto Ayala staying with a game plan. He's going to punt. That ball was kicked to the 40-yard line, and that was touched by a Brave, and it looks like it might have been recovered by the Thunderbolts, and it was. A tough one right there, as Zach Zerby tried to kind of do an instant replay like he did on the kickoff.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. It was just it was a shank kick, and this is where guilty of trying to do a little bit too much. And Zerby got his hands on it, and now they give the ball right back. So that right there is like a 30-yard gain, more or less.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts at the Braves' 39-yard line. 3:22 left with the clock rolling here in the first half. And it's time for the Braves defense to step up once again, as they have so far in this game.
Yeah, just over 3 minutes remaining now. Clock continues to melt.
Sept flips it deep and hits Brooks. Just nice defensive play out there. Looked like that was number 42, Leonard Ashley Jr. making the great defensive play on Latsier Brooks. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops at 3:02 to play. 21-14 your score. And a barn burner so far here at John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field. Flip to Sharp. Sharp cuts back against the grain, still on his feet. Look at the speed of Sharp. He's in the open field. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown Thunderbolts.
Oh, that looked like a Madden play if I've ever seen one. Gets into the open field, and he probably had about 5 different players miss. And as he does, he's able to take it all the way to the house. And another example of both teams taking advantage of miscues and converting them into points.
What a run by Naeem Sharp. Cutting it back against the grain, showing that speed. 32-yard touchdown run, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:52 left in the first half, the Bolts get on the scoreboard again. It's now 28-14. We'll go to a break here on BFA.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
All right, once again, we are back. The voice squeaked a little bit there.
Yeah, it did. You're excited.
There's been so many great calls.
If you had as many words as there are points, I can understand why it might be a little bit short on some of that.
Man, oh man, what a football game we have here for you folks here on BFA Sports. 2:52 left, 28-14 favor of the Thunderbolts of the Braves. The Braves continue to kind of lick their wounds, pull themselves up by the bootstraps, charge down the field, make this a football game, and unfortunately, on the kickoff, Zach Zerby that was a tough one to try to handle, and can't blame the kid.
He's trying to make a play.
He's trying to make a play, and then you got to give that kid a lot of credit, because he did one on the prior kickoff. He made a beautiful play. So here we go, folks. Kick is up. And it bounces in front of Zerby again. He takes it at the 10. He's at the 20, cutting around the field, up the field, and he's at the 25 and tackled there.
Yeah,
number 18.
Number 19,
number
Kevin
19.
Smith. He's been busy.
He has been busy.
On special teams, he's been a standout for Millville. And again, Zerby trying to create a bit of an open lane. And another 2-score game after Millville takes advantage of the turnover. So now Williamstown just has to execute on what they've been doing. And it's be physical up front, run tackle to tackle, and try to create some space when you got one-on-one coverage.
Braves still have 2 timeouts with 2:44. Drew Craig flips it out to the left side. And Julian Noel's got himself some open field. And he is tackled there at the 46-yard line of the Thunderbolts.
Well-designed play here by Williamstown.
Solomon Massey-Kent on the tackle.
See here as Craig steps up in the pocket, flips it, and then Noel just squares his shoulders, makes a couple nifty moves of his own, and chunk yardage.
We're seeing a lot of Julian Noel in the open field making plays. That's got to be something head coach Tom Kelly should be talking about going into the second half, is getting the ball in his hands because good things do happen.
Yeah, there's only a handful of 6 p.m. games that have been playing so far here, and the 7 o'clock games, just as it's 7:01, are about to kick off. So a lot more Friday Night Lights coming up. We'll try to get you an update on some of the scores around South Jersey.
That last play was a handoff to Zerby, who picked up 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Clock ticking with 1:40 left in the first half. Drew Craig getting an audible from the sidelines. He drops back, looking, pressure from the defense. He flips it over to, looks like Zerby with the football. And that looks like it might be a loss of about 3 or 4 on the play. Great defense by the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, good heads up there. Recognizing where they're going to try to go. We talked about the playmaker in Zerby, and so Massey Kent, no hesitation, just wrapped up and dumped him.
3rd and long, 3rd and 9, as it looks like the Braves may be satisfied with letting this one run out.
Well, they're going to try to hold it and see if they can get at least a first down here. And that happens, they're going to get the timeout, and they'll continue to roll.
And flip to the outside. Catch made there by Harold Hill as he steps out of bounds.
The other part is as Hill picks up about half the distance, it's going to be 4th and 5. Are they going to try to go for it with 32 seconds here, potentially leave Millville with a short field? But another consideration is that the Braves had the football to start this game, meaning that the Thunderbolts are going to get it to start the second half.
Great point there, partner. And there's 32.4 seconds left in this first half. 4th, and it looks like they're going to do a quick punt. Good strategy by the Braves to pin the Bolts deep in their own territory.
Oh, it is kind of nice when you're in a position that your quarterback is also your kicker. You can kind of keep them on their toes a little bit.
Kicker, punter, quarterback.
The Magic Man.
Magic Man. Now you see him, now you don't.
No, just hard to keep up with the guy.
Talladega Nights reference there, folks.
Sure.
I'm El Diablo, by the way.
Yes,
right.
You're definitely El Diablo.
25, a little over 25 seconds left in the first half as the Bolts come out. And do you think they go right for the jugular? I know they're deep in their own territory, but do they try to make something happen?
They know they're getting, they know they're getting the ball back right here. You might see a heave by Zamat if he can kind of run down the seam, but I'm more inclined to think that they're going to try to run the football, and if it happens to get in an open field, we've already seen what can happen when Naeem Sharp has the football in his hand.
Zamat looks to throw, and they do get in an open field. And guess who's got the football? That's Latsier Brooks. And he gets out of bounds with about 17 seconds left.
I would say as focused as he was on finding the sideline there, they actually have a belief that they can put some points on the board here.
So the conservative approach is not going to happen. Head coach Humberto Ayala sending a message across the field.
Yeah, that was a high inside screen as Sept let that thing float out of his hand. Probably some Thunderbolts holding their breath a little bit.
Sharp takes the pitch.
Oh,
got himself some open field. Hit hard there at the 30-yard line.
Nice big hit there by number 20, Alex Holloman.
Boy, Holloman laid the lumber.
And they called a timeout.
So timeout called by the Thunderbolts. I believe that is their first of the first half.
And it's a situation right here that is exactly what they're going to do. They're just trying to find a play on the play sheet, get something in the open field, but more importantly, they're going to have guys going in opposite directions. So you're going to try to pick up what would be we'll call it a legal pick play, but essentially that's what you're going to see. You're going to see one guy going left to right, another guy going right to left, and see who's open, who can get the ball, come across the field, run up as fast as you can between the hash mark and the sideline. So wouldn't be surprised to see if Williamstown gives Hill a teammate deep in the defensive backfield, been playing single high safety. Here's where you're going to probably drop it back and see more of a traditional free safety and strong safety approach.
Well, we haven't talked about the other key wide receiver on this Millville Thunderbolts squad, and that's Tayron Hale. They look to him on this play. Sept looks deep and flips it and hit hard there.
Looks like they're going to have about one more play here should they decide to try to do something with it.
6 seconds left in the first half. It's now 2nd down and 10.
Whatever it was, they already had an idea of what it is they're trying to accomplish, because Sept probably looked at coach for all of about 2 seconds to get that play and go right back into the backfield.
Sept calls the signal, takes a snap, and he flips it over the middle, and it is incomplete, with still a little over 2 seconds to go.
Well, 2 seconds on the clock, and we got the legendary Tom McCarville in the booth running the clock for the officials tonight.
He really? Tom.
So
he is the legendary Tom McCarville.
It is great to see Mr. McCarville, also the proud district administrator for Little League District 3 here in southern New Jersey.
Gets it done. All right, so probably the final play of the first half. 2.1 seconds, snap to Sept. He's going deep, he flips it up deep, and that falls incomplete. And that will end an exciting first half at John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field with their score, the Millville Thunderbolts 28, your Williamstown Braves 14. We will go to a break, be back here with some halftime festivities here on BFA.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or out-stuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
The Claridge Hotel has been around for a number of years. Here at Park Place and the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk, just steps away from the beach. So we've had a number of people come through our doors, each with their own style and taste, which is why they chose the Claridge to take their visit to new heights. Book your getaway today at claridge.com.
And we're back here. Second half about to start here at John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field. 28-14 is your score. And you talk about a football game that has had at least 3 or 4 different looks, momentum changing one way or the other. Thunderbolts take a 21-0 lead, and Doug Stasic, it's hard to even explain what was going on here, especially with the fact that the Williamstown Braves had moved the football into Thunderbolts twice. 2 big turnovers. The Thunderbolts convert, take the 21-0 lead. They come back, go down the field after a big kickoff, score, make it 21-7. Then a big interception by Sean Gallagher to make it 21-14. They stop him deep in the zone, and then unfortunately after the punt, Zach Zerby muffs a punt, and then the momentum changed once again.
Yeah, I mean, tale of 2 quarters. Forget tale of 2 halves. Just one of those scenario situations that no matter who had the football, you always talk about you got to maximize and you got to leverage when a team makes a miscue or a team makes a mistake. Both teams did it remarkably well. And the 2 things that stood out that we had talked about at the start of this football contest was the fact that Millville was going to show off their speed and they'd be dangerous if they were in space. That held true. And the other side of it was the offensive line for Williamstown showed the physicality. They showed the willingness of this team to be able to continue to press the football up the field, especially when it was between the tackles and the sophomore quarterback, Drew Craig. I mean, you got to give the kid credit. He's helped keep this team in the ball game, and for the most part, the Braves defense has done a pretty good job of containing on the sideline. It's just been when they've gotten Millville in situations where they're in open space, in the slot, in the seam, it's been dangerous to say the least.
It has speed kills, and it's to your point being dangerous. The Thunderbolts have capitalized in the open field. The funny part is that 21-0, the Braves could have easily laid down. They showed the intestinal fortitude they had. Great culture there by head coach Tom Kelly, keeping these young men in the game. They fight back and unfortunately, again, shoot themselves a little bit in the foot. I hate to put it that way, but that's kind of what happened. Unfortunately, Zach Zerby had made a beautiful play on a kickoff, very similar to the way the football bounced before. Muffed that punt, and then now it's a 28-14 football game.
Well, and it's not the only place that the scoreboard has been lighting up. So all across South Jersey, football is underway. This is one of the few 6 o'clock games. And, of course, the Friday night scoreboard powered by the Claridge Hotel and The View. So over at Holy Spirit and Absecon Ed Burton Stadium, the Spartans trail 23-13. Another game on BFA Live Sports. We got Bob Burkholz and the team over there in Absecon. Washington Township trails Kingsway 17-10. St. Augustine trailing 20-7.
Wow.
So
wow.
I believe that's a double check on that one because I thought St. Augustine, it is a confirmed 20-7 lead there. Rancocas Valley trailing Eastern 7-0. Mainland, talk about showing off the offense. They're up big on Oakrest. And in Vineland, or make that in Mullica Hill, Vineland leads Clearview 13-7, while Hamilton 6-0 over Highland, and up in Shawnee, it's a field goal affair with the Tribe leading 3-0. And as a matter of fact, speaking of the Tribe, for the Williamstown Braves fans, they come to Williamstown next Friday for a big rivalry game of epic proportions.
And right here on BFA Sports.
We'll have it all. And Coffee and Chris will be back in the booth.
Coffee and Chris. It sounds like a breakfast.
Yeah.
Coffee and Chris.
You get that at like Dunkin' Donuts, or where can we get one of those?
All right, so we're getting ready for second half football. The Braves going to be kicking it off to the Thunderbolts. Down 14 points, 28-14. See what the Braves have in store in the second half.
Oh, and some other news for you.
Go ahead.
Talk about things just like dropping in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We actually saw our buddy Josh Friedman from the Courier-Post had tweeted out that none other than Penn State head coach James Franklin is up the road in Winslow, I believe, for the game against Delsey. Unless it might be in Delsey. It might be Winslow at Delsey. And I know there's a certain individual out here that has a offer from Penn State on the table. Could we, perhaps? He flew in a helicopter, by the way.
He did fly in a helicopter. Is he going to drop right here, too, in the
the
stadium? And make the big.
You're a little too big. I don't think they're going to let you fly in this helicopter, though. I know you were thinking maybe he would give you a ride in his helicopter.
You mean I'm too big from a celebrity standpoint? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. See, if Losey was here.
You're not talking about my weight.
No, I wouldn't do that to
you.
him.
Never.
No.
You never do that to me.
No, but if Losey were here, His problem would be his head wouldn't fit in the door of the helicopter.
I don't even know how it fits even in. If he was here at Wheaton Field, it wouldn't fit in Wheaton Field. As big as his head is. Well, anyway, we're back to some serious football here, folks. The Thunderbolts with the football at the 35-yard line after the kickoff was out of bounds. Illegal procedure call against the Braves, and it's 1st and 10. And a handoff inside. We go right back to it again as Naeem Sharp finds himself some room up the right side. It picks up about 6 yards on the play.
And speaking of Josh Freeman, at the end of the first, Winslow leads Delsey 7-0. Try to keep some of those scores coming to you on the Claridge Hotel, the Claridge.com scoreboard, that is.
We talk about legends, Mr. Josh Freeman, the Courier Post. Surprised you didn't refer to him as a legend.
Oh, he's legend in the making. Probably wearing his Patriots hat. We gotta forgive him for that. We have to go turn the lights off up in here, though, man. This glare is a little brutal.
I can't see. Another run by Naeem Sharp as he cuts it up the middle. And is hit there by a group of Braves. But he looks like he may have picked up a Thunderbolts first down. And he did.
And that is Alcello on the wrap-up and the tackle.
I think the second half's going to be brought to you by Lens Crafters, because now the light, the way it is, I can't see a thing out there.
Trust the monitor.
I'm going to trust the monitor. All right, 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts. Sept looks to the right side, flips it over to number 14, and that is Freddie Lavin III. And he's tackled immediately after maybe a pickup of 1. A 2nd down and 10. Actually, 2nd and 9. Sept looks to his right, looks for some motion by Brooks, and he flips it out to him. And he finds himself some room up the left side, pushing hard, and picks himself up about 7 yards on the play.
Physical runner wrapped up there by Hill, and again, Alcello on the right side. This is exactly what you want to do. If you're Williamstown, use the sideline to your advantage, funnel things back to your outside linebacker and your corners, and let them wrap up Brooks. And looks like Brooks is moving out to the slot now.
And you can move Brooks anywhere in the formation on this field. He is absolutely dangerous. Could we see ourselves a jet sweep by Brooks on this play? That's inside handoff to Sharp, and he's got himself some room, and he's breaking up through the middle, cuts it outside at the 30. And a flag is down as he's taken out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Again, he's just so hard to defend when he's in open space. But as a result, might have got caught up in a little bit of traffic there, and it looks like it'll be a hold. Be coming back based on the reaction of the Millville coaching staff.
Brave down on the field. Get him some assistance, and it does look like it is a hold, according to the Thunderbolts offensive squad. Timeout called by the referee.
Yeah, it looks like we got a Brave down on the field, and maybe a little bit of
flexing his hand a little bit.
Yeah, it might be a
stinger.
Yep. And I think that Brave might be number.
Chris, want to look like number 50? Yeah, number 50 on the play.
Coach Kelly going to the sideline looking for a little bit of looking a little help with the trainer, and that does look like it is number 50.
Michael manages. He comes off the field after shrugging that one off, and it will now be 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts at the Braves' 35-yard line. Brooks in motion. Sept looking downfield and going deep. His man is wide open and caught right there. There he is, finally, number 11, Tayron Hale. We haven't mentioned his name very much in this football game. Again, a couple of D1 schools, Penn State and Pitt, looking at him. And he was absolutely wide open down the left sideline. And a big pickup for the Thunderbolts as they got 1st and 10. Actually, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line with 10 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Hand off inside to Sharp. He is taken down right there.
Another piece of laundry.
Yeah.
Is there dry cleaning business I should know about?
There's plenty of them in the area. I have no idea, but
get some extracurricular activities under the bleachers on the home side. But
I don't think it's not Travolta singing any Summer Lovin', is it?
No,
it's over. Summer's over.
And it looks like it's going to back up the Braves closer to their own goal line.
All right, so it's now 1st and goal after the penalty. And there goes Sharp, and he is tackled just short of the goal line. Looks like he's about a foot away based on the initial mark.
So they're knocking on the door yet again. Here's where the Braves have got to kind of dig their heels in a little bit.
Clock running with 9:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Mott looks inside and stopped right there with no gain is Sharp. Oh, no. That's overturned. Touchdown by the Thunderbolts.
Just again, now a little bit of difference here where now they go to the physical side, push up on the left end of the line of scrimmage. And he's able to fight his way through and stretch that lead. Could be to 21 after the point after attempt.
And the kick is good. So with 9:20 left in the 3rd quarter, your score 35-14 favor the Thunderbolts. Here on BFA, we'll be right back after this short break.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or out-stuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
Welcome back to John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field in beautiful Millville, New Jersey. Millville Thunderbolts have just put another score on the board. They lead 35-14 after a nice sustained drive by the Thunderbolts, mixing it up different ways, going down the sideline deep finally to Tayron Hale as he picked up about 35 yards to get him in scoring territory. And then capped off by a 1-yard run by Naeem Sharp to make the score 35-14. We get set for the kickoff.
Well, we've seen it happen in the first half. Braves down by 3 touchdowns. Managed to put together a good game plan, answer back, take advantage of a couple miscues, go right back down the field, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do here.
And the kickoff is deep, end over end. Zerby has a little challenge picking it up, and he is down right there. He picked it up with his knee on the ground. It's an automatic dead ball from the spot. And the Braves will start 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. So we'll see what the Braves have in store. Now down 3 touchdowns once again. You got exactly what they promised. The #1 team in South Jersey, the Millville Thunderbolts. And a very formidable squad, a young squad in the Williamstown Braves, putting up a good fight. Unfortunately, making some untimely turnovers and put Thunderbolts in the driver's seat so far, but plenty of football to play with 9:18 left. Inside handoff as he's tackled right there by about 5 Thunderbolts. After a loss of about 2 on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 12. their own 16-yard line.
This is where some of the defenders on the Millville side kind of pinching the ears back and just giddy up and going here. So again, there's a lot of gaps in the interior part of the line. The challenge is when you're down to 2nd and 12, there's not a lot of plays in the playbook that would want you to go up the middle, but sometimes you might have to take what you get, try to cut that in half, see if you can convert on a 3rd and 5 or a 3rd and 6.
Let's see if head coach Tom Kelly goes away from his game plans. He goes to the air. Oh, and it's intercepted. Intercepted down the left side, and in for the score is who else but Latsier Brooks with another interception.
Got to keep account of where he is at all times. He was reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just jumped the route. And this one was made it look pretty easy. I mean, again, good pressure on the backside from the Thunderbolt defense, but he just steps right in front of the ball, which...
Great ball instincts for this young man, both offensively and defensively. He is an absolute weapon on that Thunderbolt squad. And now to make it a 28-point deficit for the Braves. So the kick is up, and it is good. And with 7:46, as the clock begins to run, it is now a 28-point lead for the Thunderbolts. We will go to a short break. Be back here from John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field in Millville, New Jersey, here on BFA.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Welcome back here in Millville, New Jersey, where the Thunderbolts have just scored on a big interception by Latsier Brooks to push this lead to 28 points over the Williamstown Braves. As they get ready to receive the kickoff. Plenty of time in this football game. 7:36 left in the third quarter. We'll probably see ourselves a running clock if it goes to, I believe the deficit has to be 35. 35 points. Way to be on top of that, my brother from another.
Well, I learned it from Chris Lozey. There's not many things I learned from good old Chris, but that would be one of them.
You actually learned something from Chris Lozey as Zerby takes that one up the middle. And is tackled there by a group of Thunderbolts at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves. You got to wonder if they're going to start airing it out, down 4 touchdowns at this point.
You don't want to – it's tough because you don't want to be over-aggressive. I mean, we saw what happened, try to throw a pattern towards the sidelines. That one, the route gets jumped. But on the flip side – a couple minutes into the third quarter, got to go to what you know works.
Flip over to Zach Zerby, and he picks himself up about 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and about 4. Ball spotted on the 36-yard line of the Braves. Clock running with 7:04 left in the third. As I sit here and wait for the next snap, I keep thinking to myself how the Braves have been in this football game all along. The scoreboard does not actually tell the full story. Craig looks back, he flips it over to the left side. And running down the sidelines is number 3, Julian Noel. He's got himself a Braves 1st down. First and 10 for the Braves at the 43-yard line. Their own 43. Clock continues to run with 6:35 left in third. The Braves have got to start thinking a little bit more vertical, even though they've gotten Julian Noel in the open field. Maybe that's the play. Maybe you try to find some bubble screens and things of that nature to get him the football, as he's very dangerous in the open field. And it's a fake handoff.
Somehow he gets away.
Drew Craig holds on to it. And it's pushed out of bounds.
Nice play here. I don't know if we got a shot of that one. But talking about athletic play.
He's a hurdler.
I mean, able to just step out of harm's way. Goes for the sideline. Sees the bench. And hey, why not? A little hurdle action on the Millville track.
Drew Craig, big-time athlete. Does that look like there was a misexchange between him and Zerby? I don't know if that was meant for an inside handoff to Zerby or not, but then the exchange was bobbled a little bit, and Drew Craig was forced to keep it. And there's a handoff on the inside to Zerby as he pushes forward and picks up about 2 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and 8. From the Braves' 47-yard line. As the clock continues to roll. The Braves down 28. Albie Green set up in the slot. Fake handoff, looking to the middle, and he hits him right there on the seam.
Yeah, number 88. Tony Lantine.
Tony Lantine with the catch and a first down. And that's a 1st and 10 at the Thunderbolt 37-yard line.
Again, I want to thank our friends at the Pizza Hut. Be sure to download the app, pizzahut.com, for all your game day snacking needs. Certainly some big-time football coming up on Sunday.
Big inside handoff to Zerby as he pounds forward for about 7 or 8 on the play.
Nobody certainly out-pizzas the Hut.
Nobody out-pizzas the Hut.
So looking forward to ordering some wings, man. They got some really good wings. Those Wing Street wings.
Their stuffed crust.
Oh, yeah, stuffed crust, man.
Oh, man. Because, I don't like crust on a pizza, but when you stuff it with cheese.
Yeah, how can you not like it?
I mean, nobody else does it.
Oh.
Nobody out-pizzas the Hut.
No.
All right, back to serious business with 4:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4, little toss sweep, and there he is as Keyshawn Nixon takes it for a Braves first down. First time we've called Nixon's name. A little delay here. I think there might have been a penalty as he.
Yeah, go back to the head official.
No, I stand corrected.
Clock continues to melt here. 3:45. Braves gonna have to pick up the tempo.
Ball spot at 28. Fake handoff, flips it to the outside.
Hill.
And there's Hill as he pushes forward for about. Looks like he may be about 7 on the play.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job here of, again, staying within themselves, not to try to be something or change the offense too differently than what they're really good at executing. And this is where you just got to will yourself to get back on the scoreboard and make this a 3-possession game.
1st and 10 at the 18 of the Thunderbolts. Plenty of time in this football game for the Braves to get into this thing and make it a challenge for the Thunderbolts. Is it again 1st and 10? That looks like we have a stoppage. Timeout called by the Braves, and that will take us to a quick timeout and a quick break. We'll be back here on BFA Sports.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
And welcome back as the Williamstown Braves look to harvest some touchdowns here on the football field. That is your first Harvest Moon. Did you know that, Mr. Doug Stassi?
Makes me want to have some apple cider.
It does.
You know what I like?
What do
A
you
little
like?
bit of apple cider and some spiced rum, perhaps at the View at the Claridge in Atlantic City.
That's a perfect
Unbelievable.
combination.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine a view at the View right now, looking at that full moon, the first Harvest Moon of the fall?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to catching some football over there this football season, overlooking the ocean on the 24th or 25th floor, I believe it is, high atop the Claridge, a classic building.
We missed a beautiful night last night and a great football game to open up the NFL season. Besides, high school or college, but how about those Buffalo Bills putting it to the defending champion Los Angeles Rams?
It was quite a display.
Craig going deep, and he's wide open. Touchdown, Julian Noel.
And that is how you answer the bell if you are the Williamstown Braves football team. Sophomore quarterback keeps his composure, drives off that back foot, and wide open on a well-designed play is number 3.
Julian Noel.
And there it is. So they're able to close the gap. Keep knocking.
Couldn't tell why he was so wide open unless he put a beautiful move on the corner there, but man, he was absolutely wide open. He could have walked in for the score, which he almost did.
Yeah, you got to sit there as a Braves fan and really feel kind of confident about the fact that there could be a whole nother piece to the puzzle in this offense as the season continues to crawl along. I mean, everyone's used to remembering Keon Saab would just go all the way down the field and get ball after ball from downtown Dougie Brown. Well, it looks like you got a pretty good connection right now with the sophomore behind the line in Drew Craig, and he's been able to find some receivers. So a good trio offensively. Hill, Lantine has now stepped it up out of the tight end position, almost in the slot. And then, of course, number 3, just time and again, continuing to be open is Noel.
Noel, the crafty senior. Looking to find his roots somewhere after this season, and the kick is up, and it is, looks like it might have been no good.
No good.
No good, it is.
All right, check it out on the
Let's see if somebody got a hand on this thing.
replay here.
Or was it a muff snap? No, it was down good.
I might went right off the crossbar.
It did,
off the bar.
Off the crossbar. All right, well, with 3:06 left in the third quarter, the Thunderbolts have 42, the Braves 20 here on BFA. We'll be right back after this short break.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
All right, the Harvest Moon is definitely harvesting some touchdowns for the Braves as they score to make this a 22-point football game. Beautiful play as Drew Craig, the sophomore, connects with the senior Julian Noel on the sideline touchdown.
I want to thank our friends at the Williamstown Huddle Club, helping us power this broadcast here on BFA Live Sports. Special thanks to our friends at the Pizza Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut. Be sure to download the app, pizzahut.com. RK Chevrolet, the RK Auto Group, Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru for your new or used vehicle. And, of course, some of the best-in-class auto body work as well.
And what about our friends at Premier Orthopedic?
Hey, Premier Orthopedic. They do everything you need to keep you on the field. POASNJ.com with 8 locations to serve you.
Naeem Sharp has that football, finds himself with some speed on the outside, and is guided out there by number 7, Harold Hill. There's that name again, Harold Hill, on
Sharp,
special teams.
Sharp, just such a patient runner. I mean, I talked a little bit earlier where, not so much the size, but the patience of a Le'Veon Bell of years past from an NFL standpoint, that he really takes his time, looks for his seam, has confidence, and the next thing you know, he just drops it into gear, squares up the shoulders, and takes what he can get from the defense. And the best part is this guy accelerates at the end of his runs.
Indeed he does. 1st and 10 for the Bolts at 3:18 left in the third quarter. Hand off to that aforementioned Sharp as he finds a way, still on his feet. Man, a big hit there on the sidelines. And Sharp is not afraid of the contact. He took it looked like that was number 4, Elijah Jones, I think.
I mean, you talk about this. I just mentioned he finishes his runs. He ends up squaring up the shoulders. And just when you think he's ready to step out of bounds, he just plants and accelerates.
Drops that shoulder. Wow.
Yeah, you see that as a defender on film. It's something that definitely sticks in your mind when you know the end of that play is coming.
Keaton Ocello also on the play. And it is 2nd and 4 for the Thunderbolts. Another handoff to that man, Sharp. Got himself some open field, still on his feet, tackled at the 42-yard line by number 13, Peyton Rhoda, I believe.
Again, he's going to go grab some Gatorade, I'm sure, as he heads over to the sideline.
This young man, Naeem Sharp, absolutely electric. Great vision, and then finds a seam, and there's another run up the middle. Big run there. And a group of Braves, a tribe of Braves, if you will, as they keep pushing the pile. Talk about an effort.
Yeah, hard run there by number 30, Xavier McBride, the sophomore, as he spells the big runner,
Naeem Sharp.
in Sharp.
Yep.
And same result. They're moving the chains.
1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts at the Braves' 20-yard line. Clock continues to tick at 2:20 to go. Handoff on the inside, pounds it up there, but hit right at the line of scrimmage. And a possible pickup, it looks like a pickup of about a yard or 2.
Yeah, this is where Millville are going to try to convert into their downhill offense, meaning they're just going to line up, they're going to run the ball straight at you and challenge you to try to stop them. So we might mix in the occasional pass, but when you have a lead under 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 3, this is where you try to extend the lead by dominating on the run game.
1:42 and ticking here in the third. Mott looking for the corner touchdown. Oh, that ball was almost intercepted by a Brave. It looks like number 18 was right there on the play.
Yeah, Brooks.
Lemire McLaughlin.
Brooks gets a little touch of double coverage. So good coverage over the top there. And almost picked off. So Noel with a great job keeping his hand inside. Brooks was looking for the flag, but no pickup on that one.
It looks like Coach Umberto Ayala wants to discuss it as he calls timeout. And we'll take a quick timeout here at John Barbeau Stadium at Wheaton Field. We'll be back here on BFA Sports.
The Claridge Hotel has been around for a number of years. Here at Park Place and the world-famous Atlantic City Boardwalk, just steps away from the beach. So we've had a number of people come through our doors, each with their own style and taste, which is why they chose the Claridge to take their visit to new heights. Book your getaway today at claridge.com.
And welcome back to Wheaton Field here on BFA Sports. Al Fisher, my brother from another, Doug Stasic, bringing you this game. No, we are not Chris Losey and Coffee Jones. We look there to try.
We look better than those guys, though. I
Coffee
think.
Jones is a handsome guy. I don't know about Chris Losey.
I can't outdress Coffee, that's for sure.
No, there's no way he can outdress Coffee Jones. The man's got style.
Yeah, and heavy heart out to our guy Coffee Jones. The reason he's not here tonight is he had to attend the funeral of a friend. So he is out of town. So thoughts and prayers to him and friends and family and loved ones as he says goodbye to a dear friend of his.
And I echo those sentiments. We're thinking about you, Coffee. Last play was a pass incomplete, so it's now going to be 4th and 8. 1:31 left on the clock here in the third quarter. 42-20, favor of the Thunderbolts. And you talk about we didn't even talk about this in the beginning of the game. Head coach Humberto Ayala, offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator of the Thunderbolts, steps up to a head coaching position of the defending state champions. So you talk about
tall
the
task.
spotlights, and he's standing up well today. Mott looking deep again, and it's almost intercepted. Great play made there by number 7, Harold Hill.
Yeah, look at Hill. Sometimes you got to elevate to celebrate, as we like to say when we're calling those baseball games. But watch this guy right here. I mean, this is just good anticipation, fantastic timing. Go get the ball at its highest point and steal a touchdown potentially from Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, Jacob Samad has a gorgeous arm. Actually, that ball was on plane, and it looks like we've got ourselves maybe a little cramp.
Yeah, Hill looks to be a little bit shaken up, but I think he might be cramping.
Yeah, he's got to be cramping up there because he came walking off the field. He's on the sidelines. Clock stops with 1:26 left here in the third. It's 1st and 10 for the Braves on the turnover downs, and it's a flip to big hit right there. As the play is made by number 50, it looked like number 57. And I don't have a number.
Yeah, it must be an updated jersey number because I don't have it on my roster.
We don't have number 57. All right. Well, a great play nonetheless in the backfield as he gets Zach Zerby for a loss of 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 14, just under a minute to play.
Braves going back to work here. See the clock melting off in the background.
Hands off to the inside again to Zerby. Zerby finds himself a hole and pounds it up there for about 6 yards.
You know, we've seen this in the second half of the last couple of weeks where multiple players cramping up, starting to see some guys grabbing those calves and leaning over. So wondering if it's going to come into play again yet tonight. But it looks like they're going to probably get one more playoff before the end of the quarter, and we'll head into the 4th.
3rd and 7 for the Braves, just under 10 seconds. And it looks like they were trying to draw and get some extra yardage on all sides, but they're going to let the clock melt away. And that'll do it for the third quarter with your score. The Millville Thunderbolts 42, your Williamstown Braves 20. We're moving to the final quarter here on BFA.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
And we move to the final quarter of this exciting football game between the Millville Thunderbolts and your Williamstown Braves. 42-20, the Thunderbolts lead. Well, Braves will have 3rd and 7 at their own 21-yard lines. They try to continue to sustain the drive, try to get back in this football game. Once again, as we mentioned it earlier, the Braves were down 21-0. I guess we're waving somewhere. I just got told to wave.
We're up there in the booth. If you're looking at it, we're to the far right.
Who am I waving to?
The fans. It's like you're like.
I don't have any fans.
This is true. Very true.
We probably lost some fans on BFA Sports after our game today.
You have some guys actually who are on the broadcast saying, "Please turn Al's mic off."
This will probably be the last football game I call, folks, and I do apologize for being an amateur.
That was a brief career.
It was. Anyway.
Trying to get some scores around the around South Jersey, so I'm working on that for you as we're talking here too.
First snap of the fourth quarter. Braves again, 3rd and 7. Flip out to the right side to the man, Mr. Noel, as he tries to pick up some yardage, but unfortunately tackled there by a group of Thunderbolts because it was a thunderstorm. Well.
Somewhere Mike Gill from 97.3 ESPN is deducting points for the dad jokes, as he calls them. He calls them dad jokes. He's not a fan.
Or bad jokes. He's not a fan of me?
No, in general. So. He thinks these one-liners are dad jokes. Come on.
I try to be as bad as I can in these dad jokes. It is now 4th and 11. The Braves are showing punt formation. Clock continues to roll with 11:10.
I'm not thinking they're going to try to actually punt to Brooks, that's for sure.
Try to angle one out of bounds, but then again, when you start angling.
He's out there by himself right now, but I'm telling you right now, he's the last guy I'm kicking to.
Again, not sure what the delay is.
I think they're just kind of trying to eat some of this clock.
And the punt is off, and it's a little pooch punt. Very short one indeed. And that ball is going to be downed in Brave territory at the 35-yard line. There's a flag down on the field. And it's, Don Henley would say, some dirty laundry.
Yeah, I would say so. All right, well, we got a stoppage on the field. Let's take a look at the Claridge Hotel South Jersey scoreboard. St. Joe's ahead of Holy Spirit 30-20 on our other BFA broadcast tonight. Kingsway still leads Washington Township 17-10. Rancocas and Eastern are tied. St. Augustine trailing Cherokee 20-14. Up in Marlton, Lenape still a field goal, 3-0 game. So defense all around. The Blue Devils lead Highland 6-0, and Clearview has taken the lead from Vineland 14-13. And I'm imagining the Mainland Oakcrest game is probably a final. And it's not.
Looks like there must have been a penalty on the Thunderbolts, as they originally had a great field position at 35. Still really good field position as they find themselves at midfield. 1st and 10. 10:41 left on the clock. Jacobs Amat barks out some orders behind center. Handoff on the inside, tripped up quickly after a pickup of 2 yards.
Yeah, so now the Thunderbolts going to flex on their depth a little bit as Xavier McBride gets another carry, number 30.
Sure, the Thunderbolts are not in any hurry. This big lead and a timeout, official timeout on the field. Looks like we may have ourselves another cramping issue in the far part of the field.
Yeah, this is something that was rampant as the game had worn on last couple of weeks, so no real surprise there.
Yeah, that's Alex Holloman. Yeah, they're definitely stretching him out. Actually, we have a couple of players that are struggling right now. All right, we'll go to a break. We'll come back here on BFA.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
All right, 2nd and 8 for the Thunderbolts. They find themselves at the Braves' 48-yard line with 10:23 left to play. here in this final frame. And a little flip out. Oh, we got some open field. Number 11. And that is Tayron Hale with a big play there. As he picks up about 20 yards on the play. It'll be 1st and 10. Looks like the ball is spotted at the 32-yard line of the Braves. A nice play there. Tayron Hale found himself some open field. Inside handoff. Bouncing it to the outside and chugging for a couple of extra yards.
Again.
And I believe that's number 30 again.
Hey, Xavier McBride continuing to get opportunities here and continuing to gobble up yardage.
A little under 10 minutes to go, 2nd and 5. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. Jacobs punt. Little flip to, again, Xavier McBride. He might have picked up a couple on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down. The Thunderbolts are in no hurry to push this one into the end zone. They're looking to chew up as much clock as they possibly can. So the clock continues to roll with 9:15 left in this contest.
At this stage of the game, usually what's going to continue to happen, Millville going to try to control the clock, so there's going to be hand signals coming in from the sideline for the coach kind of indicating from the official when there's less than 10 seconds. So usually one of the officials on the sideline is responsible for keeping the time. He'll give the coach a hand signal, let them know that it's 10. So you're going to have a coach have their hand up, and then you'll see Zamat look back, and then he knows it's okay to essentially run the play. Again, this is playing defense while you're on offense.
Yep, absolutely. Xavier McBride, a nice run there to pick up the 1st down. He picked up about 8 on the play. Be 1st and 10 from the Braves' 18-yard line. As the clock continues to melt away. And a little toss over to McBride.
Braves still getting after it. I mean, teaming up down there is Holloman and Nolan Lloyd.
Oh, that was Gallagher, too, on the play. Number 22, okay. Sean Gallagher making that tackle. 2nd and 6. And you got to give a lot of credit to the Braves as they continue to fight. They're not laying down. They're fighting at the line of scrimmage. They're making hard tackles.
It's, the turnovers, key difference in this game for both teams. I mean, teams have gotten a turnover. They've been able to take advantage as McBride gets the ball yet again.
He finds himself tackled at the 2 or 3 yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Thunderbolts. Another nice run by Xavier McBride. McBride, the 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. Primarily the middle linebacker for this Thunderbolt squad. Running hard, 5'11", 180. That is, whew, that is some momentum.
Yeah, that's a guy built like a fire hydrant.
Woo. 1st and goal for the Thunderbolts, 7:10 left. Look to extend
Again,
this.
same thing. You see Zamat looking to the sideline, goes back to his coach. Once he gets the 10-second warning, goes right back to work.
Another inside handoff to McBride, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Thunderbolts.
Well, the
wasn't McBride. That was not McBride.
Number 62. I think he just gave it to a lineman.
That's Francisco Aquino with the touchdown. It looked like McBride. I do apologize.
You'll see it here. Big man football, as they like to call it. No, that was McBride. Somehow the lineman ended up with the football.
Maybe he fumbled it. Let's see right here on the replay if we can find out. No, they're just pushing ahead.
No, he carried that all the way in, but
oh, no, he does
pop
pounce
out
on
at the end.
He must have popped out at the end. I believe the touchdown, he did break the plane. will go to Xavier McBride. The kick is up, and it is good. At 6:52 left in this football game, it is now a 29-point lead for the Millville Thunderbolts. We will go to a break and be right back here on BFA.
No one out-cheeses, out-meets, out-supremes, out-crusts, or outstuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pizza Hut wings are bigger and better than the other pizza guys' wings. No one outwings the Hut.
So a touchdown by number 30, Xavier McBride. He punches it in from 1 yard out, extends this lead to 29 points, 49-20. And we are ready for the kickoff, as I believe we'll move to did I say running clock at 28, or no? It's actually 35.
35, yeah.
35. So we'll continue to maintain a conventional clock. And here's the kickoff. Kicked off nice and deep. Taken there. Who else but Noel? Pushes himself up the field, across the 30, and to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves at their own 32. .6:45 left in this contest. It's Drew Craig. Getting some additional singles from the Williamstown Coaching Brain Trust. And he takes a snap, fake handoff, looking deep, and he hits number 88. That's Latine. Right there in the slot.
Well executed play.
Latine is
see it here on the replay. Good hard cadence. You know, a little play action.
Very nice. Right there in the seam, and the team picks up a 1st down for the Braves. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Clock continues to melt away with 6:20 left in the contest.
And Williamstown looked at this game on the schedule, knew what they were running into in the powerhouse that is Millville. But again, you know, these are teams sharing the same group, so who knows what things could line up to later on.
Going deep, wide open is number 7. Makes the grab, Harold Hill. And he's out of bounds. The Thunderbolt 22-yard line for a 1st down. Here's the replay.
What a beautiful pass here by Drew Craig. Gets back, quick 3-step drop, just lets her fly, tight spiral, nose up, nose down, and Hill. I mean, that's a good placement of the ball between the numbers and the sideline.
I agree. Going to the air again. Oh, tipped.
Gallagher going to regret not grabbing that one. Got to have that one, guys. Another well-designed play, though. So we talked a little bit about this earlier on where I said, Williamstown fans have got to be kind of looking at this thing saying, we got a quarterback that can throw the ball. We got some guys that have some good hands. We got a solid offensive line. So we can start to incorporate some different things. And I think, credit to the coaching staff, you're starting to see a little bit about this right now. So, hey, we're down. Let's open things up. Let's get our passing tree locked in and get ready for Lenape.
2nd and 10, just under 6 minutes to play. And a wide open Hill again. As he steps out of bounds, right around the 20-yard line.
Up close and personal with our own Nick Penza.
Nicky Penza always finds, the ball always finds Nick Penza somehow.
Yeah, he's like a magnet.
He is.
So Hill's going to make his way off the field as he's certainly feeling it.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, something else for a lot of these student athletes, some of the younger guys especially. we always talk about got to hydrate before the game, and that starts usually even the day before. And unseasonably still, I would say, warm for September. Another hot day today.
Drew Craig going to the air again, and it's just dropped. Wow, just out of the outstretched arms.
Yeah, Gallagher looked like he was calling for the flag as he was going to the ground, and he gets it. See it here.
There you go. Maybe an attorney in the future.
Well, look, take a look at him. So showing off the debate skills. He's got him at the top of the screen. It's a good read again by Craig. Knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. And he's on the ground.
There were some hands on him
and
prior
you see
to
him waving for the flag.
The good call by the referees. So we're a little handsy there.
Puts him that much closer to pay dirt.
First and goal. Actually, it's 1st and 5. That's what it's telling me here. Ball spotted on the 9-yard line. Going outside again.
Good grab. This time he's able to connect on the passing play to Gallagher, so he's able to bring that one in.
2nd and 9. Ball spotted at the 9. So no gain on that last play. .530 and counting here in this contest. Changing the play now is the offensive coaching staff of the Braves.
Got the Williamstown fans still into it, man. They're waving the cell phones around, the chop house on the road.
And that ball's flipped outside. Once again, is that Gallagher? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Gallagher, he's feisty, man. He's not throwing in the towel just yet.
I love it.
Another guy squared his shoulders, getting up the field and trying to get physical.
Gallagher making a mark in many ways on the defensive side with a big interception in the first half and helping out here offensively. Towards the end.
Got some the chop house on the road. They were waving the cell phone lights over there. We're expecting to see them out in full force as the tribe of Lenape coming to the confines of Williamstown. We'll be there for some special pregame celebrations.
And that ball's taken inside, and it is a touchdown! Touchdown, Williamstown Braves!
Noel making it happen. The senior showing off the versatility. And you see here as he comes across the formation, grabs the football, turns it up, finds that goal line, and manages to get his way in.
Squared his shoulders up real nice, and nice little cut back. Finds some pay dirt.
And now it looks like the Braves are going to go for 2.
Try to make this a 3-touchdown game. Actually, a score right now is 49-26. I'll make it a 3-touchdown contest.
Looks like, yeah, they got Zerby in the backfield. He's going to handle the QB duties out of a
Zerby
Wildcat.
Takes a direct snap, and he is in for the 2-point conversion.
Well executed. We've seen this in short yardage goal line situations with these guys a couple times today. Snuck in for a touchdown earlier in half number 1, and here it's more of the same. Just get behind your offensive line, find yourself a seam, and push.
Braves continue to fight. It's now a 3-touchdown football contest, down 21 points. We'll go to a quick break here on BFA Sports.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
So the Braves showing they have fight in them till the end. Just under 5 minutes of play here in this contest. As they cut the lead down to 3 touchdowns, down 21 points. Get ready for the ensuing kickoff. Al Fisher, along with my brother from another, Doug Stasic, as we bring you this game under the lights here on Friday Night Lights.
Trying to update the around town scoreboard for you, but I do know that we have a final that Cherokee has defeated St. Augustine 20-14. That is a final.
A little surprising there. So I could call that a mild upset.
Yeah, no, listen, Cherokee's a force to be reckoned with.
They sure are. So taking nothing away from the Cherokee Chiefs.
Yeah.
No way.
No, not at all.
All right, we're ready for the kickoff. Just under 5 minutes, and it looks like an onside kick, and recovered there by the Thunderbolts as they maintain possession.
Yeah, certainly to be expected, but pretty well executed. I mean, that ball had squibble on it, squirmed around a bit more, and nonetheless, they're able to keep their cool.
So the ball squibbled and squirmed, huh?
It sure did.
Yeah,
A lot of S's in there.
Yeah. All right, so it's 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts at their own 43-yard line. 4:56 to play. I'm sure they're going to be looking to just churn out the clock as much as they can with this 21.3 touchdown lead. Vermont looks over to defense and hands it off. Inside handoff. Looks like to number 22 it was. And that is Demir White,
Again,
the sophomore.
good defense on the Williamstown side is Isaac Itakana. He's able to come in, get an opportunity to make some plays, and it looks like we got another Brave again down on the field, and that is Michael Manages. So trainer will give some assistance, and maybe we can give you what we know as the latest scoreboard pops up here. Brought to you by our friends at the Claridge, claridge.com. St. Joe's still leading Holy Spirit 30-20 as that one gets into the fourth quarter. We mentioned Cherokee with the final 20-14 over St. Augustine. Shawnee down 3-0, 14 unanswered points. There in the tail end of that contest, 14-3. Hamilton still on top of Highland, 6-0, and that is a final at Mainland, 45-0, and still a tight one to be determined in Mullica Hill as the Fighting Clan of Island is on the road and they trail 14-13 at the half.
All right, well, still manages out there at the 45-yard line. Maybe we'll just go to a quick break, and we'll be back right here on BFA.
When it comes to taking care of your physical wellness, maintaining good health of your bones and muscles, you want a team of doctors you can trust and who hold themselves to the highest standards. At Premier Orthopedic Associates, we believe that you should live life at your best. Our team of non-operative and operative orthopedic specialists strive for the highest standards, exceptional outcomes, and happiest patients. Come and experience the Premier difference.
And welcome back to the final 4 minutes and 43 seconds in this contest. 2nd and 7 for the Thunderbolts at their own 46-yard line. Quick pitch over to number 22 once again, and he has a nice run as he barrels his way. Demir White picks himself up a Thunderbolts first down.
Yeah, another tackle there by Itakana and number 64. Dominic Malinsky, which usually Malinsky, we see him holding things down as the center of this offensive line. He's getting some reps in defensively, and a nice tackle in the backfield. It's sliding through the line of scrimmage is number 2, and that's Jackson Colbert. You know, Colbert came into this game with 12 tackles. He's a guy that has been getting a bit of attention from the Williamstown coaching staff. You know, stepping up and making plays.
And he made a great play there as it's now 2nd and 9. on the 40-yard line of the Braves. Clock continues to burn. 3:45 left. The Thunderbolts are in no hurry. Continue to allow the clock to melt away. And there goes the hand up by head coach Humberto Ayala. Let him know there's 10 seconds left. John's back, looking deep, going deep down the sideline, and that ball is broken up. Nice defensive play made there by who else? Julian Noel, as we mentioned his name numerous times in this contest. And here, take a look at this one again, Doug.
Yeah, he automatically turns to his right. Beautiful touch pass here. I mean, just a lot of confidence. And look at that acrobatic attempt to bring that in. But Brooks and Noel, so a standout for Williamstown tonight is definitely Julian Noel. He's got it done offensively and defensively. A tough assignment, but he's held his own.
And there's Demir White once again as he takes that pitch and churns upfield for a couple of yards. And in this field position, at 4th down and 8 and the clock continuing to run, might not make bad sense to continue to run the play and see if you can get a first down or even give up the ball still deep enough in the territory of the Braves to
again, they're going to just try to play a little bit of defense while they have their hands on the football. Going to bring this clock all the way down. And he's going to eventually call it.
Yeah, Coach Ayala is going to wait till it burns all the way down and then call the timeout.
Timeout.
Yep. It's good clock management.
Yeah.
And there it is. Timeout is called with 2:17 left in the 4th quarter. I guess we'll stay right here. All right,
yeah, they're going to make some sweeping personnel changes, I believe, is what Coach's game plan was here.
So I would assume the punt team is coming out, special teams, unless we're going to try to run play with a whole new set, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Let's see. Quite a few starters coming off the field here for Millville. Williamstown going to do much the same. Probably make some personnel changes.
And they are in punt formation. And the punt is away. End over end. And rolling all the way down towards the goal line. And down there at, looks like the 2-yard line.
Yeah, what great coverage there.
Great coverage.
Execution by the special teams is Jadiel Cortez, able to put Williamstown way deep in their own part.
According to the scoreboard, that ball is going to be spotted at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves. 2:09 left. And you know what? This is a Denny Green moment. You know it's a Denny Green moment?
Yeah.
They are who they thought they were.
I would say so.
I'll tell you, the T-Bolts showed very well today.
Yeah, high-powered offense. You just can't afford to give the ball back multiple times, and that'll be something that the Braves coaching staff will talk about. But on the other side of it, they were able to take advantage of the turnovers they created.
Sure.
So there's a lot of positive to take out of this game, and it's a long season. You know, Braves are going to fall to 1-2, but with Lenape coming to town, they're going to have a bitter taste in their mouth, as it looks like they're trailing right now to Shawnee. So going to be a couple of high-energy teams in their own right playing things out in Williamstown next Friday night.
And don't get me wrong, the Braves played a very good football game except for some turnovers. Again, you're going to have them. Mistakes are going to happen. They are a well-coached football team. They executed offensively beautifully. They played very good defense. But unfortunately, some big plays here and there. Like once again, Latsier Brooks is exactly who we thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
He had a big game, and you know what? Naeem Sharp, just an absolutely impressive running back. 2nd and 9. That ball's thrown to, let's see if we can get a number.
81.
That was number 81. And help me out, Doug. Who's 81? Jordan Foley.
And there it is, Mr. Foley.
Looks deep again, going deep. He's got a man open, and that ball is caught by who else? Noel. He's on the open field, still making moves, and he's down at the 41-yard line. The Braves will not go away quietly.
Hey, listen, they're getting their reps in. Got a good connection there. You keep going with it. Looks to his first receiver, then he goes back to him. So didn't get everything he wanted on the football, but a good adjustment by Noel, and he's in the open field. And give credit to Lantine. Worked his way down and trying to continue to block for him.
If that senior Julian Noel is not committed to some college at this point, there's going to be after this game today. He has really shown extremely well.
I'll check down across the middle to Keyshawn Nixon.
Down to our final, just under 30 seconds, is timeout on the field. And a timeout is called by the Braves.
So the Braves going to try to get one last play in, and I imagine they're going to draw up a passing variety.
I would have to say so, with just under 30 seconds left in this contest. 49-28, favor of the Thunderbolts of Millville.
So this is one of those games where you take a lot away from a coaching staff and you say to yourself, hey, look at the positives, look at the things that we did really well. We were able to move the ball up and down the field against a very formidable opponent. For the most part, did a good job keeping a lot of the speedsters in check. You did a good job of trying to keep the sidelines contained, but where Millville did really well tonight, it was just they did awesome in open space. They made guys miss.
And they found ways to get their players in open space, and that's where the executional part came in big for the Thunderbolts. The Braves, again, speed kills. And again, the Thunderbolts have shown that they can absolutely take advantage of open space against a very good Braves team. And the ball flipped out to the sidelines, and the clock stops at just under 20 seconds to go. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. No One Out Pizzas, The Hut, Pizza Hut.
Download the app, pizzahut.com. Order that up for the big Eagles game, season opener on Sunday. Premier Orthopedic and Associates, POASNJ.com. 8 locations to serve you. And keep your favorite athlete on the field and in the game. The Claridge Hotel and the View Bar, located on Indiana Avenue and the Boardwalk in Atlantic City. And this one looks like it's a final.
And of course, our friends at RK Auto Group.
Hey, listen, no better way to shop for a vehicle than visit our friends at RK, Jim G and his team, RK, Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru. But this one is a final, 49-28. The Thunderbolts take it over the Braves here on BFA Sports. Want to thank our entire BFA Live Sports crew. Tonight's producer, Mr. Ryan Schumacher. Of course, on the camera, the legendary Mr. Charles Hope, Nick Penza, John Tucker, Brandon Kiley has been our statistician and scorekeeper. And, of course, my brother from another, Al Fisher. Always a fun one here on the other side of our neighborhood, per se, since we're from Vineland here in Millville.
Yep. So a real short drive for us to go home tonight, but a lot of fun with you tonight, obviously. Great game tonight by the Thunderbolts, as well as the effort by the Braves, and that'll do it for our friends at BFA Sports.
All right, well, until next time for BFA Live Sports, I'm Doug Stasic.
I'm Al Fisher.
We can't wait till next time to see you
play ball.